Welcome to another edition of our JMM Expert Insight Series. Today we are joined by Dayna Louca from Cleo Diagnostics. Dayna, thanks for joining us.
Hey Jane, thank you and pleasure to be here.
And Dayna, look, so for those who are new to Cleo, can you start by giving us a bit of an overview of the company?
Of course. So here at Cleo, we've developed a blood test for ovarian cancer. The company listed on the ASX about 2 years ago after over 15 years of research and development, starting at the Hudson Institute of Medical Research. And the reason for this development is that for decades, women have faced uncertainty when an ovarian mass is found or when symptoms present. No reliable blood test, no clear answers, and far too many unnecessary or delayed surgeries. And we here at Cleo are here to end that.
And Dayna, look, I guess, ovarian cancer, but can cancer diagnostics in particular is an obvious opportunity. Why ovarian cancer in particular?
Of course, so probably three key reasons here. Firstly, symptoms are largely generic and are not present, meaning women are diagnosed often at a late stage where the cancer has already spread, making it a lot harder to treat. Secondly, most people may not believe this, but there is no diagnostic test that's reliable or a screening test today for ovarian. Doctors currently use a combination of tests designed to determine the risk of cancer being present. Ultimately, unfortunately, women undergo radical surgery, where the ovaries and other organs may be removed, which is then sent to pathology for an actual diagnosis. And lastly, ovarian has the highest mortality rate of all female cancers, with 51% dying within 5 years of diagnosis. Compare this with an 8% mortality rate for breast cancer over the same time frame. So it is very important that we address this.
Look, absolutely. And unfortunately, we've been touched, not by myself, of course, but, I've been touched with ovarian cancer in my life. And, I think what makes Cleo's test so special?
Yeah, of course. So our patented biomarker, CXCL10, is the key. It's unique to Cleo and no one else in the world has it, and it unlocks a completely new way to diagnose ovarian cancer through a simple blood test. CXCL10, it's a powerful early stage signal that ovarian cancers produce, while benign conditions do not produce this. So by measuring CXCL10 alongside other biomarkers, our technology can accurately distinguish between benign and malignant disease. And so that means our test doesn't just add another tool to the diagnostic kit, it has potential to redefine the landscape of ovarian cancer diagnosis globally. And so for clinicians, it offers actionable clarity. For women, it means fewer unnecessary surgeries and faster access to right treatment. And for investors, it represents a best-in-class platform with the potential to transform standards of care globally.
So just on that, Dana, from an ASX perspective, you've announced that you've had your second pre-submission meeting with the FDA. So where are you at currently with the development of that test?
Yeah, of course. So Cleo is what I would like to think as a late stage company with an early stage market cap. So we're targeting three distinct patient markets, being the pre-surgical triage, being our initial market, recurrence, and ultimately population screening of asymptomatic women. So since our CSO, Dr. Andrew Stevens, first discovered the biomark breakthrough, Cleo has completed multiple patient trials, published its findings in peer-reviewed medical journals. So right now, we're nearing the completion of a pivotal US clinical trial that will enable Cleo to submit its 510(k) FDA application next year, with a view to enter our first patient market thereafter.
I mean, exciting times. And of course, alongside this regulatory process, you've also been working with the US Health Economics Study. So can you explain how this analysis will strengthen the adoption and the reimbursements for the tests?
Yes, of course. So, as we know, regulatory clearance is only the first step. So, reimbursement and real adoption are what drive revenue. And what our health economic study will do is help to quantify the real world cost effectiveness of our tests in US clinical practice, showing how Clio's technology reduces unnecessary surgeries, shortens time to treatment, and lowers downstream healthcare costs. So that model essentially becomes our evidence base for early discussions with payers and hospital systems, supporting reimbursement applications and accelerating uptake once regulatory clearance is achieved.
Exciting times. And, as always, investors are focused on, upcoming catalysts. So let's talk milestones. What can they expect for the next 6 to 12 months?
Yeah, a great question. And the next 6 to 12 months for Cleo will be quite pivotal with plenty of key inflection points for investors to look forward to. In the short term, we will complete our US clinical trial recruitment, sign our commercial test manufacturer, and deliver our previously mentioned health economic study. Beyond that, we meet the primary endpoints of our US clinical trial early next year and then prepare for our FDA submission by mid next year. And over this time, we will also be bringing on key opinion leaders, continuing our biobank analysis, and preparing for our market launch and first sales in the second half of next year.
Dana, look, obviously a big fan of Cleo Diagnostics, and I think just in your opinion, what do you believe sets the company apart as a potential addition to their portfolio, particularly at this stage of your journey?
Yeah, great question, Jane. Look, to me, Clear stands out for four main reasons. So, we've got a proven technology underpinned by our patented biomarker, which provides a scientifically validated and protected foundation with applications that extend beyond our first product, with strong potential to dominate the global screening market for ovarian cancer. Secondly, we've got a clear regulatory progression with our second pre-submission meeting now complete and, the view to submit to the FDA next year. Commercial readiness, Cleo has been proactive in ensuring that once our FDA approval comes through, we will be ready for first sales through KOL adoption, payer engagement, and targeted market launch. And lastly, success for Cleo means we transform the ovarian cancer landscape and positively impact women's health. And I believe we're on the right track to doing so.
Thanks again for your time. Exciting times for Cleo Diagnostics, particularly as you're advancing toward that US market entry and, the commercialization of the product. So, yeah, congratulations again and look forward to future updates.
Thank you very much, Shane.